What's up, guys? This is your guy Karuzu. I'm back with another video. This time we're going to be recapping and reviewing Krypton episode 3. Listen, Krypton episode 3 was really good. I gotta say, for some reason it seems to be getting better and better as it goes along. And in this particular episode, Adam Strange and our protagonist hero, Seg-El, located the shell, and that's what that is, a shell that Brainiac sends to planets to learn information about them in terms of collecting. Inside that shell is get a good look at the World Killer ship here. This is Brainiac's ship, and a lot of people, I remember people saying that it didn't really look like a skull, but you could see the sort of, it doesn't look like the traditional, skull that we come to know, but this is a Brainiac, and you can kind of see I guess these will be the eyes and the head right in this area right here, and this is the nose area, and this is like the open mouth. It's a horrendous, massive ship here. So, yeah, absolutely. This is Brainiac's ship. And he sends probes all over the universe from this ship to collect data on planets that he wants to collect, or potential targets, so to speak. And yeah, it's massive, pretty huge. Okay, I put deep space probe here so it can remind me of one of the probes that he sends out, and that's it right there, that little green little light right there. It's an actual probe. It was the shell that we saw earlier. That's how it looks when it's screaming through space. And yeah, he sends them out everywhere. Any planet that has any technology. I actually like this picture. And we'll talk about her in a minute. This is Rom and her daughter, and they're having a bit to eat here. She's really poor, and she's supposed to be starting the job, and we'll get into that a little bit more too as well. And you can see she's eating like I don't know what that is, like a bird or a fish on a stick or whatever. The reason why I took this still is because I wanted you guys to know what this figurine was. Apparently this figurine is Ra, the god Ra, who they all worship and give praise to, which they probably shouldn't be giving praise to such a false prophet. But let's keep going. The mother doesn't have the money to really feed her daughter. So, it's a tough thing. This right here is, I took this screenshot because I like this building. And I can't remember what guild this is. If you guys remember what building this is, put it in the comment section below, because I can't remember which guild this is. Maybe I remember it going forward. But it's an absolutely beautiful shot of that building. It's a good look at Krypton at night. Okay. I know it's some social area of the gilded, all the gilded are up here. And I want to show this because Lighter, and this is Lighter, and this is she's a I forget her last name. Christ, what is her name? Okay, if you guys remember her name, put it in the comment section. All right, but she has a hidden agenda. We don't know exactly what it is yet. We know it has something to do with Sig in its head. Now, this is his lover. This is who Sig loves. And that's who he's been sleeping with, however. And so, yeah. And she's just taking over a squadron. So she killed a guy to get there, too. Talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. This here, Lord Ra, whatever, this eminence, kind of gives me sort of this guy kind of gives me that Cardinal, Rochefort, the French Cardinal from the Musketeers, kind of gives me that kind of vibe. And he gives me the kind of vibe of the sheriff, or the guy that does the bidding. No, not the sheriff. He does give me a sheriff of Rottingham sort of feel because of the way he's not ultimate evil, but he's evil enough. And he's not the main villain. Brainiac is, of course, but he is a type of villain. But he's a lower level sort of lieutenant type of villain in this role. That's what it kind of reminds me of especially when I see these two in the back and forth. Basically, Ra is threatening him, telling him, "Hey, if you don't find these Black Zero people, you might find yourself on punishment yourself, or being punished for, lack of effort or whatever." He's saying this is the second attempt that Black Zero's had on my life, and if you don't find them, then maybe you should be punished in their place. So yeah, he gave a stern warning to him. This is Rom, and on her job, she's what they call they work in the outlands where they go out and they look for things that old treasures or any technology or anything like that. They're scavengers, and but it's part of a job that she's taking, and it's a brutal job. And she found this orb out there, and this orb contains Brainiac's parasite, which already has infected her. She does not know this yet at this very point. She just wants to sell it so she could get some food. So she goes to the market, sells it to a black market guy to get some extra credits so she can feed her child. And she couldn't be greedy, so she took 200 credits here, which was, way less than the thing was probably worth. And because the guy tried to sell it again, he tried to sell it to Adam Strange for 1,000. So you can see this is how the currency works. Once you give an item to someone, then he puts his machine up. You tap down your credit card, and it automatically puts loads the credits onto your disc or whatever you want to call it, and that's how you get money, currency. It's a pretty unique system. I don't think we're far off from it, to be honest. So you can see this black market guy kind of looks like Julio a little bit, but not exactly. But he has this orb, and this orb has already been activated. He doesn't know, it's not dangerous to him, but the metal is unusual and nobody's never seen it before, so it's worth something if it's rare. So, yeah, I thought this was a good shot. Now, this right here is incredible. This is part of the part where he was threatening them. The screenshots are sort of out of a line here. Now, the name of this episode is The Rankless Initiative. Okay, and basically the initiative was, we'll get to that in a little bit, but this was what he was talking to him about. Listen, I need you to make sure, he's telling him, I need you to make sure that there are no more attempts on my life. And you can see this guy wearing this helmet. I wonder if he ever takes it off and what he's going to look like when he does. I still want to believe that he's a minion of Brainiac, but I'm still not 100% sure. I can't be sure about that, so, we'll see. But this is a beautiful, beautiful set piece where they're at. Everything seems to be segmented. Even the desk and the seats are segmented. Now, this is the stern warning. This is the only guy that this guy is afraid of. So, yeah. I love this building. This is my favorite building in the Krypton show overall is the military guild. And before, I spoke about this building in the first episode, I believe, and my first review of the first episode. And I'll tell you, I like this. You know what I mean? I just like it. Kind of looks like a Cadillac emblem on the top here, the way it bows up. And I remember mentioning earlier in an earlier video of this when I was talking about how do they walk? Do they walk up? I mean, do they experience vertigo walking up the side of this building? This looks weird, sort of really weird the way it's shaped. But you get a good look at the building in the daytime. That's another reason why I took this screenshot. Now, you can tell that they didn't spend as much money on the graphics as they did in the very first episode of Krypton, because you can see the lacking detail. Now, there's a lot of smog and everything, but you can tell just by looking at this picture that there's a lot of lack of detail. It's not the same quality that it was, but it doesn't matter. It's still an incredible show. It still looks very, very good to me. So let's keep going. I think we're going to get another shot of the building from a different angle because I really do like this building. One of my favorite buildings in sci-fi, that I've ever liked or seen. I just like it. Looks like two ends of a boat just sunk down, halfway. halfway sunk on either end. It looks great. Uh, um, these are all military vehicles out here. At first, I thought this was a parking lot, but these are all military vehicles and skimmers. And we'll get a good look at the skimmers here coming up in a minute. But yeah. Heard of, I love this building. Cadillac, call it Cadillac building. It's the Cadillac building. All right, Leiter is really starting to feel the weight and the pressure of being a commander of a squadron, because you can't push your agenda onto what is ordered. So if they order you to go kill people or to go destroy someone, regardless of whether you think they should be destroyed or not, it's a direct order, and you have no say-so in it. She wanted to affect change by gaining rank, but that's not going the way she wanted to go. So she's having a tough time with that. As well she should. She shouldn't have been that naive. And here's her mother and her commanding officer telling her that we know that Sig lives in Sector 19, and that's the sector that they're targeting for eliminating Black Zero operatives. So she wants to protect Sig and the people down there in the lower lands, or in the rankless or the poor. They call them rankless, but they're really poor people that live down there. You know, the downtrodden, the poor, you know. And the people on the upper end want to take advantage and, you know, be racist and bigoted about it. I don't know clearly what her mother is. I think her mother is just doing her duty. But I don't know what her motive is. She's already killed Sig's parents, so I know that can't go unchecked. So, but I think she just wants to do her duty at the end of the day. I don't know if she's particularly evil or anything like that. I haven't really sensed evil from her. She just wants to represent Krypton in the best possible fashion by follow the rules, however they may lead. Except, I think that she does care for her children. I don't know if she realizes it as to the extent that she's shown so far, if that makes any sense to you guys. So, yeah, she's giving her a stern talking to. The higher up you go, the harder it gets and the more eyes want to see you fall. And I think this is her brother. So, not her dad, but her brother. And he tells her, hey, this is your locker now. You killed the guy. Now you're taking his place. She's feeling the weight of her decision. You've taken somebody's life to get rank. And that's a big decision to make. And now she's giving her first orders. And this knucklehead right here once already is jealous of her. You can see the jealousy. And she's already broken rules. And they go down. She shoots somebody. They lock her up. So this is her squadron. And her job is to keep them alive. And she's not going to fare well doing that right away. I could tell you that right now. Sig is in the bar. He doesn't know that they're coming down there to scan everybody in his sector. Meanwhile, Adam comes up with the orb, tells Sig about it, and they begin to proceed back to the fortress. But before they can get to the fortress, the skimmers arrive. And these guys, you can see they're being propelled down. I don't know if it's by rope or a stream of light. I couldn't really tell. But they're being propelled down from the skimmers to scan everybody. They're locking down that particular Sector 19. And it's really sad. And Sig is furious. One, because he didn't know it was coming. And maybe he could have got some of the people out. But they didn't want anybody to know. So Leiter didn't tell him. The lady he's sleeping with didn't say anything to him about it. So yes, he's absolutely furious. And because of the way they're handling people. Now, I'm not so sure why this lady is smiling. I know she's probably an extra, but she's supposed to have a look of distraught, but it looks more like somebody's tickling her. So I don't know why I quite caught that, but that struck me funny when I saw it. As when they scan people on their face, they have like a 25-point laser scan that put different points on your face and frames your face and gives up your identity via facial rec. It's sort of a high-def, futuristic facial recognition program. All they have to do is hold a gun to your face. Looks like a supermarket laser, except it has many more different lasers shooting out of it that shoots the different points on your face. and it then transfer that information to a next gen iPad. That's what I'm calling it, and it gives up your information and who you are, your DNA, what house you're from, all of that. So, and you can see these signals here tells what house you're from or what lineage you hail from. It's pretty intelligent, and I like the look of it. Very simple. Looks like it's just a piece of glass wrapped in a piece of plastic. Pretty cool. I love it. Translucent as well. You can see Sig, who continues. He's a gilded now, basically. Can't carry his father's name, but he's furious about Leiter not telling him, which is why I put this caption here. How could you? You know, if you knew how upset he was and how he sounded, if you watched the show, you knew he was extremely upset with her for not at least alerting him that she was coming. And she told him to leave, but he still needs her help because he needs to do the work of his grandpa. You see Adam Strange, he tells Adam to rush back to the fortress and get the orb to Kal-El, which is just, a hologram of him, but they can study and do some work. While he's there, he asks Kal-El to look at his laser beam thing that he travels across space-time with, because it's not working. So he won't be able to get back. Rom is starting to feel the effects of the Brainiac probe that has already affected her. The parasite is infecting, and it affected her in the back of the neck area. And so she's starting to feel the effects from it, and it's not good, guys. It really isn't. Once Brainiac gets a hold of a host, there's very little you can be done to take that person back to their former self. And you can see Brainiac has full control over her, giving her added mobility, speed, and fighting abilities, where she goes ahead and kills 3 of the squadron not commanders, but squadron guys that was on check down there. Kills 3 of them, and she does it with no problem. She has added strength and ability, so it's now easier for her to do it. Now she leaves her daughter motherless, basically, because there's no getting her back. I don't know if they're going to get her back and be able to get all of Brainiac stuff, because it said that Brainiac, the activity that Brainiac is called, is what's keeping her alive. So, and the daughter doesn't have anybody. So it falls to these 2 guys to take care of the little girl. And that's kind of a sad turn of events, because she's old enough to know her mother and how she was. And my man, the good bartender, is going to have to step up to the plate and actually take care of the kid. And you can see Brainiac has a firm hold of her, and he's already on his way to Krypton. She is the beacon. And unless she's destroyed, he'll be there soon. He's going to be there anyway, because he already knows what it is. Anyway, he wants to get a grenade so he can basically disarm her. Brainiac is electrical. It's electrical. Everything about him is electrical. So you can, in fact, short circuit what he does. However, it blew out the power. He wants to blow out the power so no information gets uploaded to space or however. But they don't know that she's the beacon and she's already been transferred. She gives it to him, and she says to herself, I hope you know what you're doing. He goes in. Brainiac grabs him. He throws the grenade and, disarms her and then takes her away. They only make 1 arrest, and it wasn't a person down in the Sector 19. It was a own squadron leader, lieutenant, who got arrested for killing an innocent down there in the rankless area, in the low area. Killed an innocent person because 3 of their guys got whacked. And so just shot him for nothing. So she's the only one locked up, which means the rankless initiative failed. And he's going to have to answer to Lord Ra for that. And his daughter is asking him, what are you going to say? He's like, I'm just going to tell the truth. There's nothing to say. Black Zero has, he's basically saying Black Zero's gotten away and been able to avoid us all this time. There's no need for me to lie about it. So, yeah, he's horrified and she is too. Because they don't know what he's going to do with him. And finally, the big reveal, which is not really a big reveal, but I wanted to put it. This is Brainiac doing his thing too, by the way. He already knows what Krypton is, and he says in this very shot that Krypton, you will fall. And I'm just glad that the story is moving along. It's not taking too long. Not a whole lot of side stuff. Let's just get to the meat and potatoes of it all, and let's go for it. So yeah, I just really think that's cool and very well done. So yes, I'm looking forward to the next episode next Wednesday. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you think episode 3 was a good episode? I thought so. Are you looking forward to episode 4? You can bet I am as well. So, basically, he's taking this the mother Rom back to the Fortress of Solitude to try to get his grandfather to help. But his grandfather tells him that, she can't be helped. The only reason why she's alive is because Brainiac, that probe is parasite, is keeping her alive. Other than that, Adam also points out, he says, well, at least we stopped her from uploading anything to send to Brainiac. And the grandfather said, I wouldn't be so sure about that. She is the beacon. She's the beacon. And so they're torn. Do we kill her? It's already too late anyway. Brainiac is on the way. He already has the signal. So the grandfather tells him, it wouldn't matter what you did. He already knows where to come, and he's coming. So, yeah. So, you guys like that episode? Tell me what you think. Put it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hit that notification bell icon as well. That way, you can always get my videos when I first upload them. And we'll be doing more of these videos. I got a few more videos I got to catch up on this week. I got to do DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl as well. So keep your ear to the ground for that. I'm Caruso from Caruso's Gaming Interactions, and we'll see you guys in the next video.